Mary Poppins, 1964, was Disney's first live-action film to feature extensive animation integration. It became one of Disney's most beloved classics and is often regarded as one of the best musical films of all time. Story. Set in Edwardian London 1910, the story follows the Banks family. The children, Jane and Michael Banks, are mischievous and drive away numerous nannies. Their stern father, George Banks, wants discipline, while their mother, Winifred Banks, is distracted with suffragette activism. Enter Mary Poppins, a magical and whimsical nanny who arrives with the wind. She takes the children on fantastical adventures, jumping into chalk paintings, visiting the laughing Uncle Albert, and dancing with chimney sweeps. With the help of her friend Bert, a jack of all trades, Mary teaches the children valuable life lessons, helping mend the strained family dynamic. Cast. Julie Andrews as Mary Poppins. Dick Van Dyke as Bert, Mr. Dawes Sr. David Tomlinson as Mr. George Banks. Glynis Johns as Mrs. Winifred Banks. Karen Dotrice as Jane Banks. Matthew Garber as Michael Banks. Director, Robert Stevenson. Story by Pamela Lyndon Travers. P.L. Travers hated the adaptation. Although she sold the rights to Disney after 2 decades of negotiation, Travers despised the final film, especially the animation and musical elements. She even cried during the premiere and later tried to block any further adaptations. Julie Andrews was pregnant during filming. She discovered she was expecting her first child during the production, but filming schedules were adjusted accordingly. Disney hired live animals for realism. A real St. Bernard dog and penguins were used for reference during the animation/live-action scenes. Julie Andrews nearly didn't take the role. She was offered the part while still committed to the Broadway run of My Fair Lady. Ironically, she was passed over for the film version, which went to Audrey Hepburn, freeing her up for Mary Poppins. The animated/live-action mix was revolutionary. At the time, combining hand-drawn animation with live action on this scale was groundbreaking. The jolly holiday scene with dancing penguins is now iconic. A Spoonful of Sugar was inspired by a polio vaccine. Songwriter Robert Sherman was inspired after his child told him the polio vaccine was administered on a sugar cube at school. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is trademarked. Disney registered it as a trademark after the film's popularity, and even defended it in court. The Sherman Brothers wrote over 30 songs, only about half made it into the final film. Many unused compositions still exist in the Disney archives. It was Walt Disney's most Oscar-nominated film, 13 nominations, and won 5 Academy Awards, a rare feat for musical fantasy. It saved Walt Disney Studios financially. The film's massive success funded future ventures, including the early stages of Walt Disney World and The Jungle Book. Julie Andrews won the Oscar, and a Golden Globe. This was a huge triumph, especially after being overlooked for the film version of My Fair Lady. Julie Andrews' film debut, this was her first movie role, and she won an Oscar for it. Dick Van Dyke's Cockney accent is famously criticized as one of the worst in film history. Even Van Dyke acknowledges it. Film budget, estimated $4.40, $6 million. Box office gross, over $100 million. It was the highest-grossing film of 1964 and one of Disney's most successful films financially at the time. Positive reviews. Critics and audiences praised Julie Andrews' debut as magical, graceful, and charismatic. Her performance won her the Academy Award for Best Actress. The film was hailed for its groundbreaking blend of live action and animation, particularly the Jolly Holiday sequence. The Sherman Brothers soundtrack, including A Spoonful of Sugar, Chim Chim Cheree, and Feed the Birds, was widely celebrated. Critics praised the film for being both a fun children's movie and a story with deeper emotional resonance, especially in the transformation of Mr. Banks. Negative reviews. The author of the Mary Poppins books vehemently objected to the film. She criticized the music, animation, tone, and even Julie Andrews' portrayal, feeling it misrepresented her character. She opposed the sugarcoating of Mary Poppins, who in the books was stricter and more mysterious. Dick Van Dyke's accent, his attempt at a Cockney accent, is one of the most frequently criticized parts of the film. Even Van Dyke himself later admitted how bad it was. Some critics in the 1960s thought the movie was too saccharine or whimsical, especially compared to more grounded children's fare. Beyond Travers' opinion, some book fans felt the film's tone was too cheerful, missing the more mystical and enigmatic aspects of the source material.
Goodbye, Mary Poppins. Don't stay away too long.